Have you ever felt it? That strange tension in your connection. That push-pull that leaves you feeling confused, unseen, or maybe even a little bit crazy. You feel this deep, undeniable soul connection. And yet, his actions, or his silence, feel like a wall going up between you. You try to flow, to love, to connect, and it feels like you're hitting a dam you just can't understand. What if I told you that this wall isn't what you think it is? What if that feeling of being held back, of being contained, isn't a rejection of your power, but a desperate, unspoken plea? The divine masculine energy in your life, whether that's a partner, a soul you're in separation from, or the powerful force within your own being, is trying to send you a message. It's a message that so many of us have been ignoring, misinterpreting, or even fighting against. But it's a message of profound trust that could change the entire dynamic of your connection and your life. He is desperately trying to show you something, and it's time we finally learned how to listen. The great misunderstanding. Where the pain comes from. For so many on this journey, especially those who resonate with the divine feminine, the path can feel lonely. You do the work. You face your shadows. You heal your wounds. You awaken your intuition, and you learn to lead with an open heart. You become this incredible, flowing, creative life force. And then you look to your masculine counterpart and are met with what feels like logic, rigidity, or emotional distance. This is where the great misunderstanding kicks in, and it's a fundamental point of pain. You think, doesn't he see me? Doesn't he feel this? Why is he trying to put my wild spirit in a box? Why won't he just jump in with me? This perceived resistance can feel like a deep personal wound. It can trigger old stories of not being enough or of being too much. Now, a wounded masculine energy, when it's out of balance, can absolutely show up as control or emotional unavailability. We've all seen that. But what we often fail to see is that the divine masculine, in its highest expression, isn't trying to stop your flow. He's trying to hold it. His logic isn't meant to reject your intuition. His need for structure isn't a judgment on your beautiful chaos. His steadiness isn't an anchor meant to drown you, but a foundation you can build your dreams upon. We've been taught to see these energies as being in conflict. But in truth, they are two parts of a sacred whole, designed for perfect harmony. The friction you feel isn't a sign that the connection is wrong. It's a sign that the energies are trying to find a new, higher balance, both within you and between you. The river and its banks. To really get the message this energy is sending, let's use one of the most powerful analogies for this divine dance. The river and its banks. Imagine your divine feminine essence. You are the river. You are the water of life, intuitive, creative, emotional, and powerful. Your nature is to flow, to move, to change. When you're in your power, you are a magnificent force, bringing life to everything you touch. You are the music, the art, and the deep, feeling heart of it all. Now, imagine the divine masculine. He is the riverbanks. He represents strength, stability, and protection. His purpose is to provide the structure, the container, that allows the river to flow with purpose. He is the stillness that meets your movement, the grounded presence that allows your waves to rise and fall without creating chaos. Think about it. What happens to a river without banks? It becomes a swamp. It stagnates. Or it becomes a directionless flood, its power scattered and lost. All potential with no real-world impact. And the banks without the river? Just dry, empty ditches, structure without life, strength without meaning, a plan with no creative spark to bring it into being. You aren't meant to exist without each other. His structure doesn't limit your flow, it gives it power. It channels your immense energy so you can move mountains and carve canyons toward the ocean of your shared destiny. The masculine provides the how, but you, the feminine, provide the why. His integrity and his unwavering will to build is exactly what creates the safety for you to finally, fully relax into your true, flowing nature. The secret message of the divine masculine. So if you could translate the silent, desperate plea from the heart of the divine masculine energy, what would it say? Lean in, because this might be the message you've been missing. It would say, please stop seeing my strength as a cage. I'm not building walls to keep you out. I'm building a fortress to keep you safe. I'm trying to create a kingdom worthy of its queen. I don't want to control your magic. I want to build a world that can actually hold it. It would whisper, your intuitive flow doesn't scare me. It gives my life purpose. Your dreams, your visions, your heart's desires. These are the blueprints I've been waiting for. When you don't trust your own flow, I don't know where to build. I don't know where to place the first stone. Trust yourself so I can trust your direction. And it would plead, don't be afraid of my stillness. My silence isn't a sign of me leaving. It's a sign of my focus. I'm listening. I'm observing. I'm gathering my strength, not to fight you, but to fight for you. I'm making sure the foundation is strong enough to hold the magnificent ocean of your being. When you feel my presence as a steady mountain, it's so you know you finally have a place to rest, a place to fall apart without fear, because you know you'll be held. The reason this energy sometimes pulls away isn't because the love is weak, but because its intensity can illuminate every part of him that feels unworthy of it. He deeply honors and chooses you at his core. What this energy needs from you: radiant receptivity. Understanding this is the first step. Embodying the answer is the transformation. So what then does the divine masculine truly need from you, the divine feminine, to create this sacred union? First, he needs your unwavering trust in your own intuitive flow. Your intuition is the compass for this entire journey. When you second-guess yourself or look outside for validation, you're essentially handing him a map with no destination. The feminine energy is meant to know where to flow. When you trust that inner guidance, you become a clear, powerful current. He doesn't have to guess where you're going. He can simply get to work building the banks to support you. Your job isn't to figure out the how. That is his domain. Your job is to be crystal clear on the where and the why that come from your heart. Second, he needs your courageous, emotional vulnerability. To feel safe enough to show him your true emotional landscape is a revolutionary act. This isn't about being dramatic. It's about authentic expression. When you can show him your joy, your grief, and your fear without apology, you invite him to step into his highest role as the sacred protector of that space. It creates a powerful polarity that deepens intimacy. He feels purposeful in his steadiness, and you feel liberated in your expression. Third, he needs your radiant receptivity. This is the feminine art of simply being and receiving. Many of us have been conditioned to operate in our masculine energy. To do, to achieve, to give, to fix. And while these are wonderful qualities, it means we can forget our most magnetic power, the power to receive. You can't build the banks and be the river. If you're constantly doing and controlling, there's no space for him to step in. Learning to receive his support, his protection, and his presence isn't passive. It's an active state of open-hearted allowing. It signals that his contributions are valued and needed, which satisfies one of his deepest energetic purposes, the inner union before the outer. Before this beautiful dance can fully play out with a partner, it first has to be mastered within your own soul. Everyone, regardless of gender, carries both masculine and feminine energies inside them. True wholeness comes from balancing these two forces within yourself. You have to become the very thing you seek. Your own inner masculine, your capacity for action and logic, must learn to protect and create a safe space for your own inner feminine, your intuition, creativity, and emotions. Think of it like this. Your inner feminine is a brilliant performer, full of inspiration. Your inner masculine builds the stage. Without the stage, the performer has nowhere to share her gifts. Without the performer, the stage is empty. Does your inner masculine trust the wisdom of your inner feminine? Or does he dismiss her, telling her to be more logical or realistic? When you start to honor this dynamic inside yourself, you stop looking for it so desperately on the outside. You become whole. And when you vibrate at a frequency of wholeness, not from a place of need, but from a place of completeness, the external world and your divine partner have no choice but to reflect that back to you. If this message resonates deep in your soul, like a truth your heart always knew, then subscribe and join our community. We are all on this journey of remembrance together. As you listen to the message from the Divine Masculine, which part did your heart need to hear the most today? Share your realization in the comments below so we can all witness each other's journey. Remember, this sacred dance isn't a checklist to get someone or fix a relationship. It's a journey back to yourself. It's about stripping away all the conditioning that told you your flow was too much and his structure was too little. You are not healing to earn his love. You are healing to become the love that you already are. His readiness was never about your worth. It has always been about his own awakening, an awakening so often sparked by yours. He's not waiting for you to be perfect. He's just waiting for you to be you in all your brilliant, flowing, divine glory.